So before we waste a lot of time, let's get to the first step of making a cinematic video. So step number one is arrange your videos properly in a folder. So after you have recorded all your videos from your camera, you should export them to your computer or anywhere that you are editing your videos to, and make sure that you have arranged them on a specific folder so that it can be very easy for you when you're trying to edit them. You have a correct sequence that really shows that you are organized, and it is very good for you to just arrange them in a folder. For me, I like to name my folder after the project that I'm doing. For example, this project, I named it How to Make Cinematic Videos. So that is the first step that you need to really do. So the second step is opening CapCut. Now, after you have arranged everything properly, now it is the time that you open the CapCut itself. Now, when you open CapCut, it will show you a window like this one on the screen that you are seeing right now. And this window is not that complicated. CapCut is meant to be very simple. Now, after you have seen this window, we are going to import the footage or the videos that we had recorded and we had arranged on a folder. So how do you import your videos to CapCut? The first thing that you want to do when you're importing your videos to CapCut, you press or you click this plus button on this side of the screen. And after you press it, it will open another window which will lead to your folders where you have already saved the videos that you had recorded at the first place. Now you can import the videos one by one, but what I really like to do is I like to import the folder by itself. I like to import the folder with all the videos inside. This will make it very simple for me when I'm editing my video. So this is the right time for you to import every resource that you want. If you have sound effects, music that you want to add on your video, it is the right time for you to just import them. Arrange your videos on the sequence that you wanted it to be. So when you are dragging your videos to the timeline, one by one, you should consider arranging all the videos to the specific story that you wanted to tell, to the specific sequence that you wanted to achieve. So on my case, the drone footage which shows the forest will be my opening footage. It will be in my opening footage because I want my viewers to know my location. I want to expose the location that I am in, and the location that I am in is inside the forest. So it is very crucial for you to start your opening shots with a wide angle shot or any other shot that you had taken on when you went to record your videos. The next thing that you want to do is perform rough cuts. Technically, a rough cut will enable you to remove the parts of the video that you don't want, or the part of the video that is shaky, the part of the video that does not show that does not represent the story that you want. Or if your video is long and you want to cut it short, this is the right time for you to do a rough cut. So how we do the rough cut is by taking the cursor to the specific point of the video that you want to cut. You select the split tool. This is the split tool. You select the split tool and then you cut the specific place that you want to cut. And then the places, the videos that the segments that you have already, you don't want, you can delete them. You delete them by selecting the videos that you don't want, and after they have been highlighted, you delete them. Okay. Now, after you have deleted the sections of the videos that you want and you have performed all the rough cuts, now it's time to join the sequence together again and then play along with the video and see if all the parts that were shaky, the parts that were too long for you, you have cut all of them. It is very crucial because it will remove all the mistakes that you did while you are recording your videos. It will remove the sketchy and the shaky parts of the video, and it will the part that of the video that will remain is the part that you really want your viewers to see. Now, if you have done it to this point, congratulations. And this one will lead us to the next point. Now the next point is to stabilize our footage. Now that we have cut the specific parts that we don't want, we have done everything from the beginning. Now we will stabilize our footage. On this specific video, I did not have a part where I need to stabilize. Why do we do stabilization? Stabilization will enable your footage to look more smooth, and it will remove the shaky parts of your videos. It will enable the viewer to see your footage clearly without the shaky parts. If I can sense that your video, if your viewer senses that your video is too shaky, they will probably click out, and that is not what we want when we are editing cinematic videos. By stabilizing it, you have already achieved 99% of a cinematic movie, video, whatever you want to make. And if you have made to that point, congratulations. Now we are moving to the next part, which is now very simple: removing or extracting our audio from our footage. You see, when you are recording your footage on the ground, there is a lot of things going on. There is a lot of sounds which are being produced on the ground, and you don't want that footage, the final video, to have that kind of background noises on your final video. So what do we do? How do we extract our videos? So I'm going to show you on the screen. The thing that you need to do is you click on the specific video that has the excess noise or the noise from the ground. So you click on that specific footage on the timeline, and then after you have clicked on it, you right click on your mouse. When you right click, it will open up a window. On this window, you have an option which is extract audio. So you are going to extract your audio, and it is going now to show you two clips, your original clips and another audio clip, which is below the video clip that you had made. Now what you do is you select the audio that you don't want, then you delete it. After you have deleted it, you have made the footage silent. Now after you have made the footage silence, you have given yourself an opportunity to just play along with the sound effects or add other audios, which I will be discussing while we are going on with the video. The next thing that we have to do is pacing. Now pacing is very crucial. Pacing of your videos can alter the kind of story that you want to tell. So for example, pacing can be grouped into two. Number one, we have a fast-paced video, for example, the Mr. Beast style. That is a kind of a fast-paced video. Another one is a slow-paced video, when you want your video to move slowly, cinematically. You see, that is slow. So you can achieve pacing through adding more speed to your videos, or you can achieve that by reducing the speed on your video. But in this case, because we are trying to make a cinematic video, we are going to reduce our footage speed so that it can become slowly and give us that cinematic vibe, that movie vibe that we are looking for in this video. So what do? Let's go back to our timeline, and on the timeline, what we are going to do is click on the video that we want to slow down. After we have clicked on it, go up there on this position where they are telling us on the speed. We adjust the speed. That's where you click. After you have clicked on the speed, now reduce your footage to at least 0.5 times the original speed. Now you can see this clip that I want to reduce the speed is a little bit too fast, and I want the camera movement which is going towards the river to be just smooth. Now what we do, I have reduced it to 0.5 times the speed that I had already recorded the videos from. Now as you can see from this example, the video now looks smoother and it looks more cinematic, and it's now stabilized. Now your videos will have a more smooth effect, and nobody is going to notice that your videos were recorded fast. So after we have slowed down our footage and make sure that it is silent, the next thing that you are going to do is add sound effects. I like to classify my sound effects into two sections. The first section is ambience. Ambience really is just the general sound effects that you can hear when you go to a place. So if you can listen around where you are right now, you can just feel some kinds of sounds. If you are in an office, you can hear the computers, you can just hear some different kinds of sound. But if we are in nature, if we are outside, I can say that we have different sound effects when we are. So the ambience of the forest most of the time is comprised of birds, it is comprised of the wind, the river, and everything that is in the forest. So what we are going to do, first of all, we are going to add the layer of ambience, the ambience which is going to show the viewer, it is going to immerse the viewer to feel it is as if they are inside the forest, because they can feel that kind of wind, they can feel the birds, and they can feel everything. And then the next type of sound effect that I like to add is the specific sound effect of an object. So most people don't tell us about that, but on this video I will show you how you put it, and I'm going to explain what a specific sound effect is. So a specific sound effect most of the time is what you can really see on the screen. For example, if it is somebody stepping on top of water, you can add that sound effect to really magnify the viewer's idea that somebody is walking on top of water. So what I came across this quote the other day, which says that you should make your audio sound effects to be very specific, so that even if a person is watching your video, they can watch your video without even seeing it. They can see your videos using their ears. That is the kind of thing that you want to achieve on this video. So quickly, let's go back to our timeline. Let's add some audio on our timeline so that we can at least achieve that kind of see without looking, see with listening. So the first thing that we are going to do, I have sound effects ready for this video, and if you want a complete tutorial on how to add sound effects, I will make another video. Don't worry, don't be dismayed, I got you. So for today, I'm going to use these sound effects that I already have here, and let's go on the timeline very quickly. So first of all, I'm going to add the wind so that the viewer can really feel the amount of wind. They can feel how the wind is related to the video that I'm trying to make. So let's add the wind. How do you add the wind? So you go to the specific sound effect. You can search it on the search bar, which is provided on top here on the resource section. So you can search the wind, and then I want to drag it on my timeline, which is for audio. Then I will put it on every single place where a clip which is showing, every clip that we have recorded today is going to have a wind effect below it. So we are going to drag every place that we have our video, we are going to put the wind everywhere. Okay, so after we have added the wind, now if we play back the footage, it sounds really like, at least now the viewer can feel like this is nature. They are outside. They can feel the outside vibe, okay? Now, after we have added the wind, the next thing that we want to do is add a specific sound effect. And I'm going to show you an example of a specific sound effect. So when we play back our footage, on this first clip, we can see that we have birds. I'm going to add a bird sound effect, like B-I-R-D, a bird sound effect, okay? Not bad. Bird sound effect. Okay, if you can tell the difference, I'm not an Englishman, okay? So we are going to add the bird sound effect, and most specifically the crows. So we are going to search for the bird sound effect, specifically the crow, and after we have found it, we will drag it, okay? We will select it and then drag it to our timeline. After we have dragged it to our timeline, now if we listen back, the viewer can really tell that that is a bird which is moving there, okay? So if we play back again, you can tell that now you can see. Some people did not even notice there was a bird on this clip, but if you can play back, now you can see that there is a bird. We can repeat this procedure on another scene here where we have a bird which is flapping its wings. So we can also go up there, repeat the procedure, and search for bird flapping wings. After you have found it, you can also drag it and put it below the bird flapping wings. Make sure that you are accurate. Sometimes inaccuracy also leads to another dimension of thinking, but that's a story for another day. So play along with the sound effects the way you want. make sure that you give your viewers that kind of ambience. They can feel that yes, this video has really been edited by a professional. You see, even if you are a beginner right now and you try the tricks that I've been showing you in this video, I think that your videos will be more professional. But make sure that you don't add too much of the sound effects or less of the sound effects, because if you add more sound effects, then it will not sound good. But if you add less sound effects, then you leave gaps on other places that people will completely notice that we have a sound effect missing here. Now, after you have added your sound effects, if we want to make our footage look more professional and more cinematic, this is the time now that we add a filter, or we color grade our footage to make it more cinematic, so that we can give our video a vibe which is more cinematic, and so that the colors can pop, so that if a person can view your videos, they can tell that you are really a professional. So if, for example, you recorded your video in ProRes log form, today I'm not going to cover that, but if you just recorded your videos on a normal iPhone, or you just recorded on Rec 709 color space, you are on the right track. So what we are going to color grade with today, we are going to just use filters, but you can also use LUTs, and you can also adjust yourself the video and make it look the way that you want. So if you are a professional in adjusting colors, you can try and organize the colors the way that you want them to look like, so that you can get the vibe that you really want for the specific video. So in this case, I'm going to use the filter called Green Lake, because it really makes the nature b-rolls look more greener. If, for example, the sky, it makes the sky look more blue, and I think it really makes your footage pop up when you are editing. Most of this time, if you are editing nature videos, it really makes your videos look more greener, and they look better, they look more natural. It's as if the person who's watching your videos will be immersed in the real nature and feel the nature by himself. So if you are done with your adding your color grading, you can tweak around, you can play around with the colors the way that you want. But let's go to the next step, which is adding music. Music really can transform your footage and make your video look very different, and it can really alter the kind of vibe that you want to give your viewer. So for example, if you are going for a horrific type of video, you can use music so that to communicate. You can use music to communicate that now you are going to a horror mode. You know, if you want to have an inspiring tone, you can also use the vibe that I used on the video that we watched at the beginning. So where do you get music? Music, you can get it from different platforms, but I can recommend for you a very simple platform which is completely free, and that platform is called Pixabay. And by the way, I forgot to tell you about Fresh LUTs. They have free LUTs. So today we are using everything free, from the editing program to the LUTs to the music. So if you want to get music, you can go to Pixabay. They have a collection of music that you can download from there. But for now, I'm going to use one from YouTube, which I downloaded from the website of Scott Barkley, which is a little bit more inspiring and motivating. It has the vibe that I'm looking for in this specific video. It is good for you to consider the vibe that you're going for. If you want a sad vibe, just look for music which is communicating sad vibe, happy vibe, all that you want to do. You can use music so that you can communicate more further to your viewer, and just tweak around with the feelings on how you want your video to look. Go to the resource menu, you select the music that you want to put on your video, and then you select it and you drag and drop on the timeline. You drop it below the music, below the videos. And now what you want to do after you have added your music is you should be creative a little bit by adding keyframes. So there is a place where you think that the music should be low or high. You can use keyframes so that you can adjust different places to make sure that sometimes the video, the audio is high or the audio is low. And how you use keyframes is you select the music and then you go to the volume bar, and then at the end of it you will see something, you will see a keyframe there. You select that keyframe and then you add it on the specific part of the video that you want. So on this case, we are going to add 4 keyframes, 2 of them at this side and 2 of them at the end of the video, so that, or the end of the audio, so that at the time that we are adjusting the audio, it will not affect the other parts of the audio. It will only adjust on the specific part that we have chosen. And in this case, this circular part that I have highlighted for you, this is the specific part that I wanted us to really reduce the audio so that the sound effects can pop up a little bit, and so that the volume will not be too high. Make sure that you adjust your volume to a specific amount of volume so that it will not be too loud for your viewer to listen to, and it will not be too silent for your viewer not to listen to. So it is good for you to play around with your audio so that you can know the correct amount of audio and the correct amount of audio to use for your specific project. We have done 99% of the work. What is remaining is just a little bit. What is remaining is just the extra work, which can really make your videos pop out even more. And that last bonus tip that I was telling you when we were beginning this video is most specifically adding a cinematic frame. What is a cinematic frame? So for example, when you look at the movies, you see the 2 bars, one at the top and one at the bottom. They make that scene look more cinematic and movie-like. Most of the movies, they have those 2 bars and they make the video look more cinematic. And we have 2 ways to do it. You can maybe tweak with the ratios, you can adjust the ratios. But on this case, I'm not going to use the ratios. I'm going to use an image which I will download from Chrome. So we'll head up to Chrome really quick, and then we will choose a variety of a lot of cinematic frames from there. And on this case, I just decided to choose this one with 2 bars. So what we are going to do, since it has a green screen in between, what we are going to do is we are going to remove the green screen by going on the top right corner and selecting cutout. After you have gone to cutout, now we select a color which we want to remove from our video, and the color that we want to remove from our frame is the green color. So we pick the green color and then it disappears. After it has disappeared, we add it on top of the video and it will make it pop out more, and it will make it look like it has come straight from a movie. And that's what you want. If you want to create movies like that, this is the correct way to do it. And if you follow all the steps that I have shown you on this video, I think that you will end up coming with a very beautiful cinematic shot, which is looking like a movie, and you will have made yourself a very beautiful video that you will be proud of. So the last thing that you want to do is export your video. Now, after you have edited your video to your satisfaction, you have added your voice sound effects, your music, everything is at its best. So the next step for you to do is export your video. Now, you will not have to do a lot of tweaking on the exporting. The only thing that I want you to alter is the frames per second. I want you to go to the frames per second like I'm doing right now and change your frame rates to 24 frames per second. This one will slow down your footage and really make it more cinematic and make it look like a TV show. So if you have followed all the steps and the procedure that I have shown you, I think that now this is the best time for us to review the final product that we have made, and make sure that you follow those tips and you keep on posting. Remember to be consistent, because if you want to become good at editing, first of all, you should remember this is like a muscle. Editing is like a muscle, and the more you practice, the better you become at it. The more you put time on it, the better you become. So put in more time on it and keep going. keep grinding. So let's view the video footage and have a nice time.